So
Do you think Twilight Guardian is just a little bit too passive this turn then?
we already have seen one of those situations when Thais was playing against Dragon Warrior, and he opted to play Twilight Guardian on curve instead of Potion. It's exactly the same situation. And now he's in an even worse situation because of the fact that you have a clear overkill on the board from RDU's side. So I wasn't really sure which side you should choose from. Is it better to play the Twilight Guardian or the Potion? Because the Potion in this matchup always will have find value.
Yeah.
Like at every single turn, you will probably have few targets that you can use the Potion of Madness. But when it comes to that game against the Warrior, it could have been not the case.
Yeah. Tice really does need to try and take out that Direwolf Alpha as soon as possible, because there is that dominoes effect where these buffs can really pack a large punch. What's RDU going to be thinking here? Defender of Argus looks very tempting, but where do you put it?
I think between Peddler, yes, between Peddler and the Argent Squire, so you don't lose the attack buff from the Direwolf Alpha, which is super important in this case. But I'm actually thinking here about using the Imp instead of the Argent Squire. But at the same time, like you want to preserve Divine Shield to battle against Holy Novas against Potion of Madness, because then you can't really use it from neither sides, right?
I guess the downside for RDU trading in the Imp would be if his next draw was Doomguard, and he would lose a lot. Unfortunately, though, this Holy Nova does look pretty punishing now.
Yeah, this Holy Nova is ridiculously good. So now RDU has to battle again from scratch, basically. I mean, he has a small 2-1 minion, but fortunately for him, he can curve out and keep the Peddler. I mean, because of the fact that he has a Void Walker as a draw, he could have also chosen a spell instead of a 1-drop.
Sure.
Because the other way around, if he would just draw something that doesn't curve out with his turn, then he would need to be drawing a 1-mana minion that he can play alongside his other minions this turn to just get back on the board.
Right.
So now he gets the Mortal Coil, which kind of helps him to get back on the board control and still get something in exchange.
Meanwhile, Tice is looking to be in a really good position now. Blowing Corruptor and Potion of Madness fits very nicely if he wants to play the Corruptor on the Void Walker and then deal with Knife Juggler and I guess Dark Peddler here. It just feels... Oh, and also you can get a knife if you do it in this order.
Very good ordering from Tice. Now he can actually snipe the 2-1. Oh, actually, yes, that's...
I didn't get it.
Didn't get it, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
Well, now there's a difference between killing one or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's a small difference in case you will get a... No, there's no.
No, I was trying to think as well. There's no way of shadow stepping anything. So, I guess Voodoo Doctor could have allowed the Defender of Argus to heal up to 2-3.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
But you know, RDU, this is the thing the Zudek can do. It can just keep drawing cards, keep putting stuff on the board. And now that Silverware Golem is in RDU's hand, if he does pick up the Doomguard, then he can get this huge comeback turn very soon.
Yes, but at the same time, look what did RDU? What did Tice? What was the draw from Tice? A Bookworm is fantastic in this matchup. It will always have a target. It puts a really big body on the board, and that will trade with at least 2 minions.
Yeah.
Or at least 1 minion with multiple buff effects. So it's incredible value from the Bookworm.
Do you think Tice was expecting to see any Zudeks when he came into this tournament?
No, I don't think so. I think that RDU kind of wanted to outplay all the Druid players, but as you can see, Tice is not even playing Druid.
Right.
And in RDU's opinion, the Zoo is also great against Warriors and against Shamans.
Yep.
But in this case, he banned the Warrior anyway.
Okay. I guess he feels that the rest of his lineup isn't so strong against Tice's Warrior. It's an okay board from RDU here. The Councilman, he does get to draw another card next turn.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Shadow of Pain, though, yeah, it's looking good for Tice. He's getting into this position where it does snowball out of control. If he can now build up the board, he's got a lot of health, so he's not under any risk to just dying to some sudden burst damage.
And he has answer to a Doomguard in form of the Shadow of Death. even though he can always trade in into the Doom Guard, but to be honest, I don't see any way for RDU to win this game anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's like almost no chance of winning this game.
If that card's Doom Guard, no. I was going to say Marcus's Imp into the Doom Guard, discarding the Golem, drawing a card. That was like, it appeared to be RDU's one out there.
But look at that. Tice already has a huge board. Whatever RD will play will get traded in, and then healed. One of the minions will get healed, so Tice will get another draw, and that just snowballs and snowballs and snowballs because basically Tice gets the same hero power as the Warlock, but his minions are way bigger.
Yeah, it's just a disgusting position for RDU to be in here. How you said quite a few turns ago you don't think there's any way that RDU comes back from this, and I'm really trying to think of something, but Tice just has so many more tools in his hand. If RDU somehow played something big, if there was a Doom Guard, he just gets Shadow Word Death. If Tice needs more cards, he's got this Dragonkin Operative, and also it's a 5/6 for 5 mana, which is big stats on its own.
Yep. Soulfire is not a bad pickup. I mean, you don't need anything else from this from those three options. Voidwalker is a really small minion, basically, that doesn't really do much. Soulfire is a great finisher,
Sure.
and your opponent is actually at 20, and you can press him for 80 this turn if you would really like to.
Yeah, yeah. It's good in a pinch as
I mean,
well.
at the same time, your next turn is 9, 12, 13, 15 damage, so the Soulfire kills him anyway. You have exactly lethal with the Soulfire for the next turn, even when you don't attack anything to the face. So,
And if RDU doesn't tap.
there's the Doom Guard.
Okay, so he needed this combination of cards about 4 turns ago, though.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
problem here. This is what he wanted, it's just too late. And unlike the Gadgetzan Auctioneer, it really is too late this time. Possessed Villager, not exactly the card draw that...
Even with the Doom Guard here, like, you will not do much. So, in this case, 5, 9, 12, 13, 18
lethal,
damage.
yeah. Exactly lethal.
Tice is counting 4 times, just to be sure. 5 times? No, 4 times is enough.
Yeah. No,
Soulfire with spell damage deals 5 damage, and discards a Twilight Whelp.
it's not something you see very often, is it? Like Soulfire with spell damage.
No, that's true, because Zoo don't run
doesn't run
any
any.
spell damage minions.
Obviously, for a while, there was the Mali Warlock deck where we definitely did see Soulfire with spell damage, but nowadays it's not a regular thing, and Tice making the most of it there to pick up lethal.
I think that this matchup was clearly favoring Tice,
Yep.
so it's not a
Agree.
surprise that the Priest is taking this one. But next one's...
It's got to, I was about to say it's got to be Rogue time, but no, the Rogue is banned.
Yeah,
so
Rogue is banned.
It would
That's
usually be Rogue time.
The
yeah.
Rogue would have been just a perfect counter here, but now RDU needs to take advantage of the Jade Golems from his Druid, but this matchup, I actually didn't play much of those when it comes to my own personal experience. I'm not exactly sure how the Priest wants to battle this, but I feel like it's very similar to battling any kind of Druid or any kind of mid-range deck. You just want to
Yeah.
be on board when your opponent is not on board.
Yeah, you're right. The Priest just wants to tempo out as quickly as possible, get the board, establish the dominance with the 5/6 Draconid Operative,
Yeah.
and kind of just go from there and not wait around too long for the Jade Golems to get too big.
Now, RDU, luckily for him, got a Wild Growth into Jade Blossom, and he coins out the Wild Growth so he can curve out on turn 2 into Jade Blossom so he can play an Azure Drake on turn 3. And when you think about it, it's a very powerful play because of the fact that a 4/4 minion is not really easily,